All personnel, clear the launch platform.
All personnel, clear launch platform. Disneyland is your land.
The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Disneyland is your land.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello, and hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 205. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, this afternoon, this evening, however it is, and whenever it is you're doing it. We very much appreciate it. My name is Mark, one of the co-hosts here of the LTP. Sitting to the right of me this morning is the Trailmaster of Puppets himself, Udi.
I can't use my standard greeting now.
Why?
Because you said this morning.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to say it anyway. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Sitting to the left of me via Skype, actually via FaceTime, is Becky.
Good morning.
Good morning, Becky. How are you on this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you guys today?
You know, super fantastic. It's a nice first day of fall, actually. We are recording at about 10:30, it's a quarter to 11. Football in the background without any sound, which is great. It's nice having football back. And we're talking about Disneyland today, so I cannot complain.
Yes, to celebrate the first day of fall, I actually made pumpkin pancakes in the shape of Mickey Mouse for my kids.
Well, how very appropriate on a podcast recording day on Disneyland.
Yes.
I'm just excited to get to wear my flannels much more regularly again.
Yes, that's great for you.
I have another one already ordered and another one coming.
This does not surprise me.
Well, the one I just got is a special one, but I'll tell you about that.
Okay, yes.
I'll tell you about that one later.
For those of you joining us for the first time today, welcome. We think you'll find the water to be warm. We are a very open and honest Disneyland podcast. Like I said, we are a show that likes to talk about the truth of the park. We want the park to succeed, but sometimes we need to just be real. We try to stay positive, though, most of the time. But we do think you'll find the water to be warm, and we want you to think of us as your best Disneyland friends you haven't met yet, because these conversations, whether we're podcasting or in line or on the way to the park, the same things we'd be having. So, yeah, and again, like I said on the last show, thank you so much for listening and taking time to enjoy the show. For whatever reason, we do hope that one of the reasons is you get some sort of value and entertainment out of it, some sort of connection to some people. Because, like I said, life's stressful, and this is one of those things that should not be. This should be a nice reprieve from your normal grind. Like, oh, every 2 weeks I get to hang out and talk to these guys. Yeah, all right. Hey, congratulations to Marcus's son who got married, I think, yesterday.
Correct. Yeah. Congrats, man.
Congrats, man.
Yes, congratulations. The pictures looked really pretty.
Yeah.
Yes. And hopefully we will have Marcus back in soon after all this. We'll talk to him about all that. So, yeah, it's nice when that kind of stuff happens.
Always good.
Isn't it strange that if we weren't doing this show, we would have never known these people. And it's like, oh, yeah, these are people we care about and talk about, and yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I keep on. I owe everything I have in my life to this little crazy show.
I cannot believe that to be true.
Well, not everything, but
that's a bit much.
That's a bit much, but no, where I am and what I do for a living, all these things are all. And some of the best people I've known because of this show. So.
Yes, I agree with that for sure.
Yep.
Definitely very nice people. And it's fun, like Marcus specifically, I love seeing like his camping trips and like all the things that he does. So
yeah, all these guys, all these people that, I mean, you get to know about them and follow them and go, yeah, like we would have never known Fernando or Sam or Marcus and anybody really. Marcy.
No, man, I mean, now you're bringing it like whenever you bring it up, like it goes back in my mind, and I keep on thinking back when we started this thing. And how we had no idea.
And Seth.
Seth, I mean, oh man, Seth out there, and I mean, just.
Well, or I wouldn't have even met you guys.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're talking about
Becky. Becky.
Another good example.
Be here talking to you.
Eric as well. I mean,
you think about all all of a sudden, by the way, Eric, we're thinking about you. I'm glad your son is doing better.
Yeah.
Thank God. And it just. So again, I mean, but all these people that are so like part of our lives that it's insane to me that we would have never.
Yeah.
And like I said, just good people. I mean, just good people. I mean, for as dark as this world can be,
Yeah.
honestly, part of the show, doing the show, it reminds me how good so many great people are out there. And so you can look at all the negativity and all the, oh man, so much crap right now. But at the end of the day, the human level and the people we connect with are just, it should reaffirm in your heart that the goodness in people is still hugely out there in the vast majority. We pinpoint too much on the darkness on the bad side when the goodness is there's so much more out there than what we hear about. So it is very, very reaffirming all of you guys who interact with us that have become part of our lives, and then everybody else that you don't have to interact with us.
No,
but you still are part of this. So even if you don't DM us or talk to us or do any of that, but just come back and you listen to the show, you're part of this too.
Sure.
And so you add to the whole tapestry and the whole, however you want to put it, the thing that this is.
And for all of you that don't like DM us, all you lurkers out there, and that's great.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that, but I'm also telling you, or asking, please do reach out. We want to talk to you. We want to know what you're thinking. We want to get to know you a little bit, because we're not a podcast, like I said. We're not going to be talking at you. Oh, this is the news. These are the facts. We wanted to talk with you and have dialogue is what I'm hoping to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's strange.
And
go ahead,
cheer
Becky.
you on when you're doing stuff as well.
Yes,
I saw like Terrence Green. I believe he's in Disney World this week, or was.
Oh, Terrence.
And I saw his pictures at Epcot.
Yes. Okay. That's why I was going to, Terrence, hey, and if you're listening, I was going to message you yesterday, see if you wanted to come on the show, but then I thought it could have been late. Then I realized you're in Florida, so there's no way you could have done that.
He could have called anyway.
But, well, no, he's probably with his family.
I'm totally kidding.
But Terrence, we're going to hook up with you. And then also,
Yep.
And then John Justice is going to be on the show. He has a podcast for Star Wars and some other stuff. We're going to have him on.
Good.
Coming up. And some other people, too.
Jay, don't forget Jay's on his way.
Oh, well, Jay, I'm going to meet Jay next week.
I know.
I'm stoked. That's going to be a great time, hopefully. Not hopefully. It will be a great time. I actually, hopefully, I don't act like a fool.
You won't. You're going to be, I think it's going to be like what it always is. Like, you have these people that you interact with, and we've had it in the park. I've had it in the park that people come up, like, and you're like, oh, it's like Becky. Until 200, we had never spent any time. But she walked up, was like, here's a whole friend, and all I did is give you a big hug and be like, hey, and then come on in. Because it's...
Oh,
yeah. And I felt like I've known you guys my whole life.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was great. But Becky, let me ask you this question. Okay, so let's say you never were on the LTP, like you're not part of the LTP family, but you had been listening for a lot, like years, and then you were at the park with your family, and you happen to see Udi and I walking by. Would you have said something to us?
I think I would have, because you guys seem so approachable, but it would depend on what you were doing. Like, if you were doing something that looked like you were busy, I don't think I would have. Normally,
when we go, Udi and I do have to sign autographs for a while. So we're stuck on we are stuck on Main. Yeah, we're stuck on Main Street for a little bit. So it takes us a good hour to get to like Adventureland, typically, right? Unless we call ahead for escort from the local Anaheim, police. But yeah, so assuming we weren't signing autographs and taking pictures,
we had no problem.
Do you think you would have approached us?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have definitely waited in your line with a PhotoPass photographer so that I could have gotten my picture with you guys instead of Mickey Mouse. But yeah, I think I would have.
Good.
Unless you were eating and you seemed busy and distracted, I would have.
Yeah.
No, and I'm gonna say this right now. Okay, if anybody out there listening that we haven't met, if that happens, I don't care what I'm doing. I do not care what I'm doing.
No.
Come say hello. Come introduce yourself. Come talk to us. I don't care. I could be literally pounding a Jack and Coke and be like, I don't care. I will stop what I'm doing, getting ready to eat, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd probably say like, well, pull up a chair and hang out, because that's what it is. So, please, anybody, if you do run across us and we're running around,
Yeah.
like, we would probably invite you to come hang out. Like, okay, cool, nice to meet you. That's great. You want to come hang out?
Yeah.
That's what we will do. We will do that every single time.
Yeah.
And Jess would do it too. I know you would do it back, because that's how we are.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, please, anybody, don't feel like you can't come talk to us.
Right.
If you see us in the park, we're doing just.
Well, that doesn't happen but it does. It has happened.
Has happened to me.
But I mean, of course, I'm being sarcastic about the autographs and everything like. But yeah. Anyways, that does be kind of funny.
Yeah.
But no, go ahead.
Well, do you know where you and Jay are going to eat yet?
Yeah, we are going to be going to Centrico. He let me pick whatever restaurant, and so Centrico is in downtown Disney, and we're meeting there at 11:30 on Friday. And I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say about the restaurant, and I don't know if he's going to be ordering for me or what's going to happen, but we're going to see how it goes.
I'm going to make the recommendation, Jay. If you hear this,
This will come out after.
Oh, too late. Just let Jay take the wheel.
Oh yeah, I will. But he knows, I'm very, I'm not. How do I say it?
You're picky.
A what?
You're picky.
No, I'm not picky at all. Really, I don't do well with spicy. I was going to say something about what you've called me a few times, but I don't want to say that on the show. Yeah. So
my advice would be don't go in and order chicken strips and fries.
No,
Like,
no.
Please don't be that basic.
Oh no. Well, I think we're gonna get that burrito he's talking about, and probably some other things, some tacos he had mentioned that we're. So we're gonna. I'm just gonna take my lead, and I'm gonna say, I don't do well with spicy food, but we'll see. I'll be brave. I'll be brave. It is Jay after all. This is this doesn't happen very often. So, or it hasn't happened yet, but hopefully we can do more of these. But anyways, about all that. Hopefully in the spring, Udi and I will make a trip to the parks, and we'll let you guys know when we're down there, so we can meet up for some drinks or something like that. And by the way, Udi, I really do want you to go to the park soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Are you going in December?
Don't know yet. I'm gonna have that conversation in a couple weeks when I'm in.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, today, see people saying, someone recommended the show, and downloading it in the first 12 minutes. They haven't even talked about Disneyland yet. Well, sorry, that's kind of how it goes sometimes. But we will get to it. But let's see here real quick, because what's happening in a second.
Oh no, don't say.
Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up.
Is it what I think it is?
I think so.
No.
Yeah, I got a little bug this morning, and it said this has to happen. All right.
Here we go.
We've got, it's the randomizer has shown up unexpectedly or expectedly. Udi, what is the randomizer for those people who don't know?
Okay, for anybody who doesn't know what the randomizer is, it is a list of all the attractions in both Disneyland proper and Disney California Adventure.
Yes.
And so what we do, the randomizer says, hey, listen, here's your top 3. You got to do one of these things with each one of them. 1 is keep as is. 2, remove 100% completely gone bye-bye.
Gone.
Like TNT, boom.
Gone.
Bye, gone.
Destroyed by the Empire.
Destroyed by the Empire, right? Like a Death Star blast. And then the last one is to modify it.
Yes.
In some way. And then you have to be specific on the modification. You can't just say, and then I'll modify that one. You have to say how you would modify.
Yes. And this randomizer is a list of all current attractions at both parks. Now, they'll do a little extra craziness. The randomizer might be expanded to adding restaurants, a restaurant randomizer. But we have to
do that with Jay. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We should do that. We should totally do that with the restaurants.
Okay.
Hey, other podcasters out there, do not take that idea, because
Mark will hunt you down.
Because I know other people are taking this idea already.
Yeah, I feel like you would be like, I don't
What?
think it.
What?
Have you ever seen the movie Jane Silent Bob?
Of course, I love Kevin Smith.
So Jane Silent Bob Strikes Back.
Yeah.
At the very end, when they went after the people who are talking trash to them on the internet. Do you remember that? The
Yes.
very end is, and so he's like, "Are you Magnolia fan? 1-4." Yeah, and then just beat their crap up. I feel like that would be Mark. Like Mark would be sitting down like, "He stole my idea. Where is
Well,
he?" You'd knock on the door. Hey,
Yeah.
are you blah blah blah? Yeah. Did you steal that? Well, I got off of there, and then Mark would just like pound him, and then walk away.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Mark
That's
is a very
I'm very aggressive that way. No, I know some people have taken ideas that we use on the show.
I know.
This
Happens.
and those end credits. Other shows do the end stuff,
know.
and I go, you guys.
No.
All right, I'm just gonna take it as flattery. Anyways,
Imitation.
the randomizer did spit out 3 attractions for this morning, and normally we don't do a reshuffle, but once in a while we do. But so if you guys want to do a reshuffle, we can. But I'd like to just keep it natural here and see how it goes. So
I want to do a no reshuffle rule. We can only
Really?
do a reshuffle once a quarter.
or
Okay.
unless a guest goes, can we do another attraction?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And-
has to be a guess. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we do this with Shelly?
I don't know. Did we?
If we didn't,
don't-
Shelly, we need you back on so we can do the randomizer.
We didn't.
I don't think we did.
We didn't.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. Yeah, we need her back on anyway.
Yeah. That was a good conversation.
She would love the randomizer.
Oh, yeah.
She would.
We need to reach out to her. We need to get her back. Okay. See, dude, our list is going
I
to get...
know.
Oh, man.
It's like
Okay.
I said, our dance card's full.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So here we go. The top 3 attractions for today's randomizer episode 205: Space Mountain, Pirate's Lair on Tom Sawyer Island, and Pixar Pal Around, swinging and non-swinging cars.
Oh.
So one must be kept as is, one must be destroyed by the Empire, destroyed by the Empire, and one must be modified to create a new experience or enhanced. Now, usually Udi goes, I have my 3, but
I do.
Okay, but
Okay.
ladies first, and you may defer, Becky, if you want to defer.
Okay.
And I always go last because Udi's always right, and I will end up saying whatever Udi says.
No, last time I don't think you did. I think I was
No,
the odd
I don't
man out
know.
with that one. Yeah.
I think I'll defer. I'll let
Okay.
Udi go first.
Okay, Udi, we've got
All right.
Space Mountain, Pirate's Lair, and Pixar Pal Around.
Okay. So, I'm going to keep space. Well, I've talked about modifying it before. So, for the sake of it,
Oh, yes, you have.
I'm going to keep it as is because I have my mods for the other one. Now, sadly, because of the randomizer and its evil twisting knife, I'm going to have to get rid of the Pirate's Lair. I love it. But in this scenario, that one goes.
That's the nerve. I mean,
Okay.
it's too soon, Udi. Too
I
soon
know,
with the
I know.
advent of Walt Disney World getting rid of theirs.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. By the way, on that, I haven't had chance to get into it
Oh.
yet. There's rumor that that's not going to happen.
Yes.
That people are beginning to fight, and there may be other. I haven't gotten into it. I can't really talk on it yet because I haven't educated myself on it.
It isn't just people; it's
Okay.
the state of Florida
Yeah.
saying no. You actually need to file an EIR on that.
Yeah.
Environmental impact report,
Yeah.
and that may not be doing, which I love, which I find funny because,
Before they would have just done it with the before.
yeah.
Yeah.
but Demaro's like, oh, shovels in the ground, and he's been saying that all the
No,
time. It's
again-
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to get up. This is supposed to be fun, Udi.
It's a bull. Anyway, remember, I said it. I said it in our recap. All of this was crap. Anyway.
Here you go.
Oh, my favorite.
Okay, let's not get detracted by.
Okay, and then so that leaves our good friend Pixar Pal,
Yeah,
i.e., known the Wheel of Death.
yeah.
In the way I look at it, is that there's only one really good modification. Well, there's 2. One you can't really do because I don't know the feasibility, and I'll tell you what it is. Speed it up. Okay,
Ooh.
I wouldn't mind it going quicker. And not because, see, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are like, "Oh my god!" And now here's the best one, which I'm sure everyone's gonna love. Modify them all, so they slide. You don't have a stationary basket. All of them move.
Oh, that's
All
mean.
of them move.
That
So-
is mean.
All of them move and make it faster. Holy crap, that would be the Wheel of Death. And I'd be like, sign me up. I'm going to ride it. I'll probably get off, go back in line, and go do it a few times.
Okay, what if one cart was guaranteed to fall off a day? Would you still go on it?
Do it.
Wait, guaranteed? guaranteed to fall off.
Yes, like the Sword in the Stone or Fantasy Land. Okay, it's got to come up like once. Okay, or like once in a while. Like the car may just like take flight.
Yeah, I'd be like, let's go.
Would you seriously do it?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Dude, Mark,
No.
I stand on 8-story scaffolding.
yeah, but dude,
That stuff doesn't bother me. I'm up there looking down. I'm like, have I ever shown you a picture of?
oh yeah. I've seen
Okay,
that
so
stuff.
you see my point of view on more than one occasion how I'm looking down at things. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, look at that. That's a long way down. I keep on walking.
Yeah.
It's the same. That's actually fun because I'll be in a basket. I don't care. It's like,
Okay, so you want the Pixar pal around to be faster
and all of them move.
and all of them move. Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Becky, what would you like to do?
Okay. So I am going to be very different than you.
Okay.
I am going to keep Pirate's Lair. I am going to update space, and I'm going to make the cars bigger so that they're more comfortable for tall people such as Mark. Or
And
my
your
husband.
and your husband.
Yeah, and my husband.
Because
And-
Tim is bigger than me, and I don't know how the heck that guy fits on those cars.
I can, honestly, I can
Yeah.
picture that because I have been in those cars with you, and
Yes.
so I know how you look like in that. And so I can transpose that over to your husband.
I mean, dude, I have a
Yeah.
backpack on that I can like, put like in my lap, and I have to bring like the lap bar down, and they ended. The cast members end up,
Throwing it out.
yeah, they end up taking it, and I go, okay, well, you better make sure that thing doesn't go to anyone besides me because
Yeah.
usually I
You
carry.
guys are making me think I need to like appreciate him more for going on these Disney trips with
You,
Oh, yeah.
you should. How are you not?
Yeah,
Like
but
to.
I always get
But,
worried when they take my backpack because it's usually full of like 2,000 or 3,000 in cash.
He's like,
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
No.
Anyways, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Becky.
3 million.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. So I'd make that adjustment.
Okay.
And then I would also update the inside a little bit with a kind of to be a little bit more like the hyperspace overlay, but not necessarily where it has to say that it is hyperspace or that it is Star Wars related.
Yeah.
But I would do kind of like those sounds and colors and
Hmm.
and maybe make it a tad bit faster if I could.
Yes. Okay.
And then the Will of Death would be gone, which does pain me because I love the look of it.
Hmm.
I think it looks great. But out of the two, I don't particularly like the Will of Death. I don't want it going faster, and I don't want it moving.
Okay. Gotcha. So I need one clarification though on yours, Udi, for your pirates. So keep the pirates saying you get rid of Pixar and Space Mountain. Okay. I almost well, I think maybe I'm gonna be a little bit different than everyone then. So but when you said Udi for your pirates there, you want it gone. Just
Well, I
just
had no
the
choice,
just
yeah.
the pirates lair, not the like the actual.
No, the lair.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so
No, because if it became of island, I would have been like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
right,
Yeah.
so Tom Sawyer's
Right.
Island, yeah. So Space Mountain. No, I've talked about this before, where my only enhancement would be I want that outdoor lounge, but is that actually Space Mountain?
No,
Okay, so.
I won't give you that one.
Okay, so then I'm going to keep Space Mountain as is because I think it's practically perfect in every way. It's just one of those things that it is so fun, especially at night. And I've got good memories, even though it doesn't really matter because you're in space after all. You're not really in Anaheim anymore. You're out in space. I am going to modify Pirate's Lair on Tom Sawyer's Island. I would like that to get a whole lot of love. And I would like that to have some sort of restaurant out there. Some sort of there used to be a snack bar out there back in the day. You could get ice cream and drinks, and that's gone. Shout out to anyone who remembers that. But something actually a little more elegant than a snack bar, but something where you could sit down and get the view from the island to see everything else. Because Shelley was right about that. That's a whole different perspective.
Think about the fort
Yeah,
and making that a restaurant.
yeah, like a barbecue or something.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
literally make it at night, make it only for that. I mean,
Well, you got to deal with
well,
Fantasmic.
I know that, but I'm saying though that would be great.
Oh, Yeah, if they go, okay, we've got 40 reservations from 6 to 9 or something on the nights that we're not doing Phantasmic. Yeah,
all over that.
Absolutely.
Think about having that view from Tom Sawyer's along the river, and then looking at the backside of it too.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be headed back, looking back into the park.
No.
Yeah. I would actually like it if he was on that backside of the island.
Yeah, dude, absolutely, because you don't ever get to see that unless you're on the Mark Twain at night.
Yeah,
and they close the island at dusk anyway. So I'm thinking, holy cow, wouldn't that be something?
You could literally make it have a secondary port, on the backside of it for that.
Yeah,
like if you want to go to the restaurant, you have to go on that boat, that flat pontoon. Only.
Sure.
You go there and you go across.
Yep, absolutely.
And that evades everything, the other dock, everything. Like you can just have that dock over there, and that's it. This is for whatever the Tom Sawyer dinner, whatever you could call it, like the Fort Island Fort restaurant, or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. And just yeah, you're right. They could easily put another dock just beyond what used to be Bear Country with the old Nature's Mind train there, just right outside of Big Thunder. And
you see it, yeah.
Dude, how awesome that would be!
Amazing.
You wouldn't be able to get a ticket for that.
No, and that would
it would sell out.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I want. I want that to be modified for that. Okay. And now Pixar Pal Around, like Becky, I'm taking that thing out. I don't even like Pixar Pier. I wish that was something else. And just because I nothing on that side of the park. Well, actually, I like Incredicoaster, but the other stuff, no, that could be gone. So there we go. Good. A whole lot of different answers, but I like them all.
Yeah.
I like them all.
That's a good idea.
What, should we move Picture Pal Around?
Yeah. I'm glad we agreed.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the opening question. Hopefully you listeners out there have will chime in and give us some answers of what you think. But that's the kind of stuff that we do. Okay. Well, now let's go on to the news.
Are you listening to this episode and planning your next Disneyland getaway? Of course you are. You're a member of the LTP. Well, don't worry about your stay. We've got you covered. Check out our good friends at the Eden Rock Hotel. You can visit their website at EdenRockAnaheim.com and enter the code EdenMagic for 30% off your stay. That's EDENMAGIC. Now go back to planning the stuff that really matters. And yes, a churro is acceptable for breakfast.
Well, the first news item here, and we actually have a lot of news, so that's good. First news item is Disneyland Monorail perk returns for the first time in 4 years. The nose cone rider option returns following a month-long attraction refurbishment. Monorail riders have another seating option with a different point of view for the first time in 4 years during the 13-minute round-trip journey on one of the longer rides at Disneyland. The Disneyland Monorail riders can sit in the nose cone section with the driver for the first time since the Anaheim theme park closed in March of 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The nose cone rider option returned over the weekend, that was last weekend, along with the monorail following a month-long refurbishment. The monorail's front seats provide a unique point of view as the ride moves between the Tomorrowland to downtown Disney stations. Passengers also get a peek at the control panel that includes a monitor with live feeds of the monorail exterior. The monorail pilot chats with riders and answers questions during the 2.5-mile round-trip journey, according to WDW News Today. And also, there's no separate line for the front cabin on the monorail. If you like to ride the section and it fills up, you can simply ask the cast members if you can hang back and wait for the next ride. So I'm glad this is back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever done the nose cone?
No.
I have.
I can think of.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't.
When we had our exchange student here years and years ago, we actually got a chance just to ride it with her. It was and we happened to be in line. And I go, man, I've seen people do this, and we did that. We asked if we could do that, and they said that's exactly what they said. Just wait for the next train because there's people waiting now, and we got a chance to do it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. And you get to see the whole perspective. We didn't get to. They don't let you operate or anything, but you just sit there and you can talk to the cast members who were doing it. But it's kind of trippy seeing everything for the first, So if listeners out there, if you get a chance to do it, please take advantage of that. It's a really cool experience. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds so cool. My nephews are 6.5. I think they would love that.
Yes, they would absolutely love that. I think people of all ages love that. I mean, but even kids especially. It's funny though, on the episode 200, when I suggested, if you could be a monorail operator for the day, no one selected that.
Well, I don't know. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would have selected that.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset if that was my gig.
I wouldn't. No.
I mean, there are worse things you could be doing at the park than that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Go ahead.
I think I selected it.
You did?
I'm pretty sure.
Let me see. I had Jungle Cruise, Mark Twain, Railroad, and Monorail.
Yeah, I did. Because remember I was talking about how you'd get...
Oh, yeah, you're right, Becky.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
My bad. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
No, you're right, because you were saying that they could add scenes and things like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. Now I feel embarrassed.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I do think that it would be fun, and getting to chat with people like that. I guess my first thought was, are the monorail conductors happy with this? Because if they've been used to not having to talk to anybody all day, that could be an adjustment since the pandemic. But I'm sure they're going to be thrilled, right? Like to get to answer people's questions, to get to show them a different point of view and see how excited they are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think
they'll love that.
If that were me and I'd been doing it for a few years by myself, I think I would welcome company in there because you feel a little energy because people are, excited and then they probably want their picture taken and, I mean, I will. And in fact, I do have my picture on there somewhere. I have to find it. No, I think I think it's great that the monorail's back and they're allowing this to happen. And so now, Becky, are you going to hold fast to your decision? Still going to choose the monorail over those other three?
Yeah, I think I am.
Curses. Okay.
Especially, even more so with this.
Okay. Okay. Next news item: new Star Wars Galaxy's Edge dining package. This is a little sus to me, but here we go. The Fire of the Rising Moon's fireworks show debuted in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at the start of the 2024 season of the Force Celebration. And thankfully, not only did Disneyland keep the show on the schedule after the promotion ended, but enhanced the nighttime show with the addition of a new R1 series astromech droid named Bard. We've talked about this. Mm-hmm. The show takes advantage of the unique location of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in relation to Disneyland's fireworks launch system to present a completely different show with a Star Wars soundtrack. The soundtrack changes with the Disneyland show, so you'll hear a different accompaniment to the Halloween screams, pyrotechnics, than you will during winter when the show is Believe in Holiday Magic. Yeah, I don't want to talk about these. These names for fireworks shows are so ridiculous to me. Anyways, it's been noted. I'm glad it's been noted that the lower level viewing area near the Millennium Falcon is small, and you're likely to get whacked by a lightsaber if you're not careful. Mm-hmm. So the preferred area is to watch from outside Docking Bay 7. Correct. Of course, it looks like Disney, never shy of taking advantage of people, is now going to charge a premium for that view via a new dining package scheduled to begin next 2 months in November. And this is from Disney Eats Instagram page. And they say, Rising Moons travelers starting in November on evenings when fireworks blast off across the sky in Batuu. Join us at the Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo Nighttime Gathering. This new dining package of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland Park will provide select bites and sips with an unforgettable experience, including viewing of Fire of the Rising Moon's nighttime fireworks spectacular under the spires when on display. So that's from Disney Eats. That's official. Yeah, I don't know where to begin about this. I don't like the fact that, again, Disney, to some people, yeah, I can imagine, you're going to go, oh, this sounds really, really cool. Well, you only go to Disneyland once every 5 years and want to do this. But for people that go, I don't even know where to begin with this. I should be happy but I'm not. I don't like the fact that Disney figured out a way to yet charge people to do something they were doing for free prior. I mean, so you're saying that I can't stand where I used to stand for free, and or sit. Now I have to pay and get a dining package.
Yeah.
Does anyone else? Do you guys disagree, or do you think this is ridiculous, or do you think it's good, or what? I mean, I don't know. Well, actually, I do know what I think.
For me, I mean, I see your point, and I tend to feel that way. I guess I don't particularly mind paying for a dining package, but I expect a certain level of food. And like looking at this dining package, it looks like, I don't know, a cookie with jelly beans on top.
Yes, Becky, can you please describe what you're seeing here? Because we're looking at it right now. And
let me describe it. It looks like some sort of, and you guys may know what this stuff is based on Star Wars.
No.
You got me.
I just don't. But it looks like a pink, maybe sugar cookie with a bunch of maybe some edible flowers and jelly beans on top. That almost look like little egg jelly beans. And then there is something that looks like a Rice Krispie treat, only with chocolate Rice Krispies and maybe some cream and Oreo on top. Then there is something that looks like maybe a donut or a puff pastry with blue around the rims, and then it has frosting with some maybe blue candies, and then mashed potatoes with gravy, I think.
What?
And I have, is that mashed potatoes?
Is that what that is?
Gravy?
Gosh,
I don't know.
you could be
zoomed in
right.
on it. I think it is.
Oh
I
my
have
God.
no idea what that stuff is around it.
Yeah.
Like it looks like,
I think it's more sweet.
yeah, so maybe it's something sweet, but it looks almost like fudge squares, but I don't
Yeah,
think
you're
they're
right.
like mochi squares or something.
Sure.
Probably mochi.
And then something that is fried.
Yep. With a dipping sauce.
Yeah, with the dipping sauce. I don't know. So I guess my opinion is I don't particularly like that. I think what probably was happening is people were maybe getting food sitting out there and watching the fireworks.
They were.
And Disney thought, hey, let's take advantage of this.
Mm-hmm.
And they put together maybe a kind of cheaply made food box.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
No, you're
nobody wants, but they'll pay it.
Well, I think the one thing that that Disney has been really good at, or I don't want to say it's good. Well, good at the fact that they're trying to yet take more money out of your pocket. You know, you already pay for a premium, and I'm air quoting that right now because it used to be true. I don't know about it too much anymore, but a premium experience. And then they're going to try to monetize it even more. At one level, you don't argue it because it's capitalism. It's how it goes. But to me, this falls into the category of, sure, you can do it, but should you do it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because Docking Bay 7 makes some good food. If you've never been there, it's good. Okay.
Was it the pot roast or something you had, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
Yeah.
But it's a fireworks show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a fireworks show, and to me, this is Disney trying to do something to bring people back into Galaxy's Edge, you know, or into Galaxy's Edge, because a lot of what they promised at the outset hasn't been delivered. Now, they've added the show that they had at the hotel. Now, they've added that to the park.
What show at the hotel?
The one where they'd have Rey and Kylo fighting. They had that at the hotel.
At the
hotel in
Florida.
In Florida.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So now they're having it. So remember, the concept. Well, when they were trying to sell Galaxy Edge, remember there's supposed to be a restaurant with basically kind of like a show, and there are going to be shows and roving droids and roving.
Yes.
You know, for street mystery.
Yes.
Now, I feel like this is them trying to pull people in. It's not going to work because literally it's for a fireworks show. Most people are going to be fine with standing there and watching the fireworks and then just casually moving on.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing as the main firework if you're watching from Main Street. It's just not.
Nope.
It's not going to be. It's different. It's really cool, but I don't really see this being a huge income point for Disney. I don't know how long they're going to try to make it work. Initially, I bet you're gonna see a lot of people doing it because it is different, but I honestly don't see a longevity
Probably not.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to introduce something new, nothing wrong with that, but you
Yeah.
better make it good.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody knows for the most part, more and more people are becoming a lot more discerning on how, a lot of us don't have the luxury of just throwing money at things anymore. So the fact that we're going into the park and people going into the park at all is already just a huge leap for them to get in. And then when they add these things, these are the kind of things that I don't think transfer as well as they think they will.
Right.
And so monetarily, I don't know how good it's going to be for them. I think image-wise, I don't think it's a here nor there, to be honest.
Okay.
It's whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I guess, unlike what that Skyline Lounge is now. Remember how above Interventions, you used to be able to walk up there on the upper level, just out on the outside, just for free. They let you walk up there and watch the fireworks. And it's kind of a somewhat obscured view, but now, I mean, the last few years, they've been charging for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious to see what the price is for this, because this, as Becky described it, this looks like it's just a bunch of like candy and sweets and maybe what are those chicken nuggets? What are those things?
I know, I can't even tell. It almost looks like a falafel.
Oh, yeah,
But
but
I don't think it is, but the picture's not the best. But yeah, it's like, it literally is like chicken nuggets or something.
I mean, I guess I want to get Jay's perspective on this, but whoever came up with this, like nothing even goes. I mean, does it look like it goes together?
No.
You've got what looks like, as Becky said, this crazy sugar cookie with jelly beans and some sort of like eclair collection of things over there. Some sort of stuffed pastry. And then I don't know what that is. Fudge squares and mashed potato and gravy and chicken nuggets. And there's chips on the side.
I think there's like boba on the cookie thing too.
Oh, yeah, sure. But you might as well. Yeah, might as well. Yeah, as Zudi said, this might appeal to some people, but I don't know about the longevity of this.
Well, so the key phrase in this one is going to be the new dining package, right? In Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney Park will provide, here it is, select bites and sips. So it's not really dinner.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at the picture of what it is, so I don't know how much they want to charge basically for snacks and a drink.
Maybe it's like a dessert package.
Yeah, but how much do you want to? Not only how much do they want to charge, how much are you willing to pay for it?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
how much would you pay for this, Becky?
Nothing.
Well,
What if Tim goes, Becky, we have to do this, or my night's not going to be. I'm going to have a miserable night if I can't get this dessert
then
tray.
You know what? For my husband, who has sat squished up on all these rides, I would do it for him. But this, I mean, I guess until I know more of what it is, it looks like I wouldn't pay a lot for this, like $20. That seems like too much.
Yeah.
But where my mindset is going, there is a dessert package for World of Color that I have been tempted to buy a couple times because you can sit out on the water and have good viewing for World of Color.
Yes.
It is $100, I believe, maybe a little more. So I have not done it. And I have talked to people who have done it and said the view is great. The desserts were absolute crap.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Sign me up.
And it's just like cheap, almost like packaged Hostess desserts. So this, to be honest, I wouldn't even be tempted to sit and eat this kind of desserts. When I'm at the park, I love getting a dessert, but I want to go get a good ice cream. I want to get a Dole Whip. I want to have something that... This looks like something I can get at the grocery store at home.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to get that when I go to Disney, so it wouldn't be my thing.
Okay. This Becky, real quick, because I have to go off on a quick tangent, as I never ever
boy.
do. No, there isn't a tangent, but what is your go-to ice cream flavor?
Ooh, my go-to. So, like, just in general.
Well, Well, at Disneyland.
So I guess my Disneyland is the same as in general, so I don't even know why I said that.
Okay.
I love mint chip.
Oh.
Or like a peppermint.
There you go.
Like a peppermint Oreo combo. I'm gonna get that all the time, like seasonally.
Okay.
Or it's gonna be mint chip usually. Although when I went last time and I had the pistachio, that was great.
Okay. Yeah, I love mint chip as well. I do not like peppermint though.
You don't?
No, because I don't like to have candies in my ice cream.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because you go and you bite it or lick it, and you feel like this like crunch. I don't like that. I mean, the chocolate chips and mint are about the right texture for me. I know I'm maybe in the minority there, but
they're kind of like thin. I feel like when you do bite into like an actual peppermint candy, it is hard, especially because of the ice cream.
Yeah.
It freezes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I get that.
Mint, and you get a cone or a cup or a sugar or like a chocolate waffle cone or what?
No, usually I would do a cup.
Ah.
I do like a cone, but it just drips everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
I have a very hard time passing up a sundae.
Oh, a sundae. I can't.
A very hard time.
No, I've never had a sundae at Disneyland. Maybe I'll try to get that next week.
Oh, they're good.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Okay, Udi doesn't have a go-to flavor. Udi goes whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of walk in. Anything with caramel, some salted caramel, I'm like, that's close enough.
That's close. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, quick. Over and under $30 for the dining package or a dessert package for what's going to be like a 12-minute fireworks show. $30 over or under.
Gonna be more over.
Becky.
It's gonna be at 35.
So too.
$34.99.
I was thinking nothing under 45.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take the over, but I don't have a exact.
You should actually write these down and just see.
Yes, please write that down. It looks like you've got a bunch of stuff you can write on over there, Becky.
Yeah.
It looks like
Everything.
This is like a TMI, but it looks like you've got some sort of like shipping center behind you. I see like FedEx boxes all over the place.
Yeah, I have some different stuff that work has sent me and like need to send some stuff back.
Oh, okay.
And to be honest, we're just kind of disorganized right now.
Okay.
We have like some sets. So this is my office and Tim's home office.
Okay.
So we kind of just have stuff all. It's like our room where everything has a little chaos right now.
Gotcha. I understand that. Okay, so you are right. You are going to write this down.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all taking the over. I'm going to speak for Jess. Jess will take the over as well. And I'll say Jess hates this idea. I hate it. I hate it.
She'll hate it.
Absolutely.
I actually like the idea, not of this dining package.
No.
But I love the idea of the fireworks being back there. I think it speaks to a different, maybe, audience than necessarily what is out in front of the castle or on Main Street.
Yeah.
And I really like that.
Yep.
But
I agree. I agree. Okay, so we're all taking the over, and Becky's writing down. She says nothing under 45. Udi says $34.99, and I'm not committing to anything except for over $30.
Yeah, it's going to be over.
But an exact phrase, and I mean an exact not phrase, an exact amount. Let me see. My choices are $34.99 or $44.45. Jeez Louise.
I will have to find photos of the World of Color one.
Yeah.
Because this looks like it has more than what the World of Color one does. However, you are paying to be able to sit down and actually watch a show.
Yeah, this is no show.
Different. Yeah, so that aspect is different. And I mean, World of Color, there are times like I'm very tempted. I enjoy it, but I hate standing out there.
Oh, okay.
To watch it, because it's like by the end of the day, it's long. You're kind of getting mist on you.
Yep.
I know people might hate me for saying that, because I know everybody loves it, but yeah, I would rather get the mist on me sitting down.
Okay. That's a very strange thing, but okay. Becca's like, hey, if you're going to throw water on me, I need to be sitting down. Otherwise,
let me sit down to take it. I got to stand there on my feet that hurt.
Now I'm taking notes. Okay. Okay. But see, that's not the thing. I am seldom at Disney, at California Adventure at night that I I mean, I'd rather be. It doesn't matter. I'd rather be at Disneyland.
Yeah.
So I don't even care too much about World of Color. But anyways, we'll see how this goes. It's supposed to start in November. It might end in January. We'll see. All right, next news item. This is cool. New Alice in Wonderland Drink Me water bottle filling station is installed at Disneyland. A new drinking station has been spotted at Disneyland last week, September 14th. The station is a rich dark purple color with gold accents. It sports 2 water fountains at different heights and a bottle filling station. The station is located just past the Alice in Wonderland attraction at Fantasyland. The top of the station features a stone-like sculpture of a tiny Alice peeking out of a bottle labeled Drink Me. It blends in perfectly with the rock work behind it. A gold crown wraps around the base of the jar. The shorter of the 2 water fountains is the perfect height for smaller park guests, while bottle stations and water fountains aren't the most magical amenities in the Disney parks. It is nice to see Disneyland putting effort into theming them more closely to their environment. Yes, absolutely love this idea. I think it's great.
I agree.
Yeah, every land should have one of these themed to what land it's in.
Correct. I agree.
And I'm glad that there's more. I mean, I only knew of one. There were 2 last time I was there. One in Rancho, and then one in Tomorrowland has one of these. But now Fantasyland has one. So I guess we're gonna get one for Frontierland and Adventureland somewhere.
I did see one in Frontierland when we went. It was right after you exit the bathrooms. If you go towards Frontierland, over instead of Adventureland, like the Adventureland bathrooms, but by Tiki Room.
Yeah.
Instead of going towards Adventureland, you go towards Frontierland, and it's just right up there.
Oh, well, I will definitely check that out.
It's a very bad way of describing
No.
It's right up there, but it's just right to your right.
Yeah. Okay.
We used it.
Was it themed to anything, or was this like?
It fit into the theme. I don't specifically remember what it looked like offhand.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it fit to the theme.
Okay.
It looked kind of like, well, at least the color scheme, I think, did.
Okay. Cool.
It blended in. But I love everything Alice in Wonderland. I love the bathrooms over there.
Yeah, those are nice.
I think that, as a parent, when you're going to the park or anywhere with your kids, you are wanting to push them drinking water and kind of teaching those habits. I think that something like this makes it really fun also for the kids to see and like, oh yeah, I want to get some of this water.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a little design win that I love Disneyland doing.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Next news item. Metal framework goes vertical for the Haunted Mansion Carriage House shop at Disneyland. As work continues on the grounds expansion for the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, metal framework has gone vertical for the new Carriage House themed retail space. Previously released concept art shows the gable roof with a window and a flower box on the upper floor. Mystical curtains and exterior decor can be spotted. Oh yeah, those curtains are definitely mystical. I mean, that's it. Okay. And with a warm magenta interior inviting guests to shop. In the story of the attraction and its expansion, this shop belongs to Madame Leota. So the framing, if you look at the concept art, and maybe I'll throw this online as well, but I'm sure you may have seen this before, the concept art for this stuff. If you haven't, you'll get a chance to see it going on Instagram for when we post the show. But the metal framework is there, and there's all kinds of different angles that they're showing here in this article. But it looks like it's going to be good. We did have some concern, we being me, that, and I'm going to get a better view of this week when I'm down there, is coming from Critter Country or Bayou Country now, going over the bridge. I mean, that view of the Haunted Mansion is spectacular. Yeah. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's like, it's just really, really, really well themed, and it's just beautiful and inviting. And it looks, at least from this angle, that this might obscure a portion of that view, but we shall see. It's hard to tell because there's construction walls in front of it. It might end up being really, really good, and I think I'm thinking it is, but it might even enhance the view. But I'm curious about it, though. Yeah.
Well, we had that talk about it, like we're worried about the lines.
Yeah.
Sight lines are one of the underappreciated by a lot of people. It's one of those things like it looks really cool.
Yeah.
But if you try to ask somebody why, they can't really describe why. It just is, and it's all these intangibles.
Yep.
Sight lines, angles, lighting, all these different things that unless you're in tune with why they do what they do,
Yeah.
it just looks good, you know.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad. It looks like it's going to be pretty much along par with the concept art, which is good because I enjoyed that concept art.
Yes.
I am with you. I'm a little bit concerned with the angle. It may honestly, it looks like it's bigger and longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
And to me, I'm kind of like, ugh, do you really need to make it that? But that being said, if it's themed properly and it fits, then it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm also going to go out there and say this probably should have been done already. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks for me like, doesn't look like it's out further than you thought it might be into the walkway.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And that could be completely from the point of view that we have, the pictures that we have, the point of view that we have, and on top of it, we got to realize that, the wall is up, so that's going to make a bigger footprint than it's going to be when it's all said and done. So you have to take all these things into account when you're looking at it. So either way, I'm down for it.
Sure.
I was down for it before. I'm down for it still.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be great because really, who doesn't want some good haunted merch? I mean, if it's good. Because I had Christy was in Downtown Disney yesterday.
She was?
Yeah. She went with for a concert and stopped there for dinner.
Oh.
And
Did she go like Ballast Point?
I don't know where they went for dinner. I actually didn't ask her, but she was commenting on walking through Downtown Disney, how it changed because she hasn't been in a minute. And then she was really disappointed with the merch. So
okay. We'll see.
Yeah. So anyway.
Anyways, very rare positive comment from Udi. He's usually Mr. Negative over here.
No, not. I'm just rainbow and sunshine. Yeah.
So just let me ask you a quick construction question, Udi. Would a building like this, would this require HVAC? It must.
Yeah.
It would. So is there a code for that? Like a building a certain size? Or?
Yeah. So looking at it roughly looking at it through the pictures.
Like for the layman here, like me, I don't see I don't see anything on the roof or the concept art of where they wouldn't have that, right? It'd be in the back somewhere mounted. You couldn't see it.
Okay, so it depends on the concept how they want to finish it. So the main thing you'd want is venting. That roof is going to have to vent. I find it. I'm not surprised that they're going with a metal frame.
Okay.
Okay, and that makes sense to me why they are going up with a metal frame. The concept art will never show you the detail in venting.
It could be inside it.
It could be. It could be hidden. It could be on the back side of it. My best guesstimate is going to be any of that kind of stuff. The venting, both the intake, because a lot of these require, per California, a fresh air intake. So air from the outside. That's probably going to be on the backside or in that extent. Now,
could it be off stage somewhere behind?
No.
It has to be actually close to the dwelling?
It has to be in the dwelling.
Okay.
These kind of things have to be attached to the building.
Okay.
So they will have, I'm not sure what else is going on there. If it's just a storefront, they'll need their HVAC in, they'll need their fresh airs in. And then it depends, I'm going to guess this. They're going to have their system that's probably either going to be, that could be potentially off further away.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's somewhere into the attic system. Up on top, where they'll hide it away.
Yeah.
And then that will, and then
click on it. It should open up. Oh.
No. But again, just looking at it that way.
Okay.
A lot of it will probably be up in what would be considered the attic space.
Okay.
So yeah, but we shall see. Honestly, when I first go, that's the first thing I'm gonna do is look up.
Okay.
And start trying to figure it out because I don't know. Go ahead.
Based on what you're seeing with these photos, when will it be done?
This is raw frame. There is, with those pictures, I see nothing else to say it's moving anything. So raw frame.
This is about 2 weeks ago, this picture.
Okay, so this is honestly still months away.
Okay.
depending on, and I'm talking from just before any theming. I'm talking like walls and electrical lighting, HVAC,
the
plumbing,
infrastructure.
the infrastructure and everything. Now, if they have, because they're not going to be running crews, they're clearly not running crews around the clock. So they're probably doing an 8 to 10 hour shift, maybe a 12-hour shift per crew. So yeah, because none of the electrical is going to be run yet. None of that's going to be done, and all that has to be done after framing. So framing has to go in, which this is in. Framing needs to be inspected.
Yeah.
Inspector has to come in, make sure it's up to code and everything's safe, and then that will be the next step.
Okay.
And then they can come in probably with the plumbing and the electrical part, and then this isn't even HVAC, close to being HVAC ready.
Okay.
So it's a few months away. At the bare minimum, probably, if I had to guess right now, probably 6 months, because it's going to be just to do that, and then the theming part of it is going to be the other part. So I wouldn't be surprised they're talking 5 to 6 months away before that's open.
So people listen to our show, they want to know about the Matterhorn, and they want to know about Jungle Cruise and treats. They were not expecting deep HVAC installation schematics today.
Have you updated the website yet?
No, I haven't. I will, though.
Okay.
I will. I'm sorry, I'm busy.
No, I was just curious because you said you were, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, I know.
Because that's why I sent that one picture.
Oh, yeah. I'll update that. So, yeah, sorry, LTP listeners. Actually, not sorry. We do talk about strange things sometimes, and I bet you were listening to the show thinking you were not going to talk about HVAC installations, but I was, and I'm glad we talk about this because I'm kind of curious about that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'm surprised what you didn't say is, oh, if I was doing this, I'd have this done by this afternoon.
No, that's going to be honestly depend without knowing it.
Yeah.
A good crew can go in there that knows what they're doing, and they can get it up. An HVAC crew can get in there, probably again, without knowing the plans, I'm really only guessing.
Okay.
I mean, not more than a month or two.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, next news item, and this is probably Udi, got involved here. Disneyland ejects guests for installing cryptocurrency banner at park entrance. Someone was kicked out of Disneyland Resort recently for hanging an unauthorized advertisement for cryptocurrency. A TikTok user posted 2 videos about the incident, which happened during the weekend of D23, the ultimate fan event. In the first, a person wearing a red shirt and ball cap is hanging a banner for the crypto coin, whatever, on a tall green plant. Mannequin. I don't know what that is. On a tall green planter at the Disneyland Resort Promenade. In the second video, filmed at a distance, cast member is visibly talking to the person who removes the banner, according to the writer. It only took about 1 minute and 12 seconds for a cast member to arrive and tell the guest to leave. The person was escorted off the property.
Good. Don't do that.
I mean, honestly, I would have said something too. If I'm there, and I know you would have said something, Udi.
I was like, what are you doing? Like, dude, you're going to take, they're coming right now.
Yeah, if we were walking through the Esplanade and some fool was doing that, I would have been, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Take that down. What do you, I mean, what would even possess someone to do this?
Yeah, like, not the place for it, buddy. Like, go right out there and put it out there. Sit on your corner off property and go do that.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Yeah, I mean, just don't do that kind of stuff. I'm glad it was taken down. This guy's.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing with when someone dropped the Trump banner or something off of
the Mark Twain.
Mark Twain. I'm like, no,
this isn't the place for that.
Same thing.
Yeah,
like, those things don't apply. Don't belong here at all. This is a place to get away from that. So if you want to advertise your cryptocurrency, go to the corner. Off you go.
Off you go.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like it's common sense that you wouldn't walk into any business and hang up a sign for something else.
People be dumb.
No, they are dumb.
Like I said, political business. Like, just go. Like, no.
I feel like too sometimes these people want to do stuff just to get some sort of reaction.
100%.
Because obviously, but there's so many people now that are doing TikTok stuff. They're doing YouTube, and so like the chances of you getting seen and it like going viral.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure. It's all about the likes and the views, right?
Right.
We're dying a slow algorithmic death.
We are. Okay, next news item. Is this the last one we have today?
No.
Oh, no.
We got so many, man.
That's fine, because we don't even have a topic today. We're just going through news. There's a potpourri today.
It's our potpourri episode.
Yeah. Speaking of ice cream, Taste a trio of ice cream floats. Magic Key holders, head over to the Golden Horseshoe to refresh and satisfy your sweet tooth with a taste a trio of ice cream floats. Magic Key I said the same thing twice. You can go to the Golden Horseshoe. The float flight includes a sampler size of their Bark Sweeper float, their Coca-Cola float with grenadine syrup and Marciano cherries, and their Sprite float with grenadine syrup and Marciano cherries. So you get those.
I'll get them all. I take that flight.
Yeah, for some reason my picture's not showing up, but those are good. I might have to check that out when I'm there. I'm a Magic Key holder. Yet another reason for you to get a Magic Key so you can get a float sampler, Udi. Yeah. My guess this is going to be $14.99.
I'm going 20.
Woo! For a float sampler?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They do look kind of big.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
But
it's been
I think more like the 14.
Oh yeah. It's interesting because one of the times, like my younger daughter, Ariel and I will go. Sometimes her and I will break off. We used to, anyways, and we would go get a root beer float at the Golden Horseshoe and just sit outside and people watch. It was kind of fun to do that.
Yeah.
Do you like the people watch, Becky?
Yeah, I do. And I like that area too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's one of those things where if it gets too hot in the park, we can just go get a root beer float and sit there. I might try that again. Well, she's 24. She might want to do that.
She probably still will want to.
Well, she's 23 at the moment. She'll be 24 next month. But yeah, she might want to.
Yeah, if you're going, the three of you guys can each get a float.
Yeah, well, Becky, you are a genius right there. Since there's a trio of us and a trio of floats, it's a perfect match.
It is.
Yeah. Which one will I get? Is that orange? Is there an orange one?
No, it's Sprite with grenadine.
Oh, okay.
That actually sounds good.
Yeah. I wonder if I could.
Which one would you pick?
Well, I would ask if I could get like a Fanta orange with like vanilla. I'd be into that.
Yeah.
More than Sprite.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, I'd do the root beer one because I don't like Coke.
Me too.
I'd take the Coke one.
Yeah,
I
you
got no
would.
problem with them.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe I will do that, and I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
I might go live
Take
once
a
in a while.
picture if you do.
Yeah. I might go live once in a while.
You should go live when you're with Jay.
Oh, yeah, I should.
Oh, yeah, you should.
Yeah, I should do that. Okay.
Let me know, because then I can hop on, if I can.
Well, it'll be Friday around 11:30, so lunchtime for you.
No, I'm already coming off of lunch for that.
Oh, no, you're not even at work on Fridays.
Yeah, I do now.
Okay.
I'll tell you about that after.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to let Udi talk about this one because there's a bunch of things I don't know what they're talking about. But this is a full list of food coming for Hispanic and Latin American Heritage Month to Disney parks. And so there's a few restaurants that are going to participate in this Heritage Month celebration. And what they're doing is they are introducing it looks like some different food options at select restaurants. And we'll let Udi talk about this.
Okay.
Since I don't know what this stuff is.
Well, first off, as a Latino, Hispanic Latino.
Yes.
Thank you, Disney, for recognizing us. I feel so represented.
Yes, as you should.
Anyway.
Ooh. Oh, anyways, I had a thought about something.
Go ahead. What's your thought?
So, totally unrelated to this, but when you said that, represented, and this has nothing to do with the food, but Coco, the Coco attraction at DCA, that's coming into the park. You have an idea of where it's going to go?
I have my thoughts, but...
Okay, how cool, okay, instead of Avatar Land going to that Hollywood or Hollywood backlot area, what if they put Coco back there and they just rethemed that whole entire area to like a village surrounding it, and they put like a nice restaurant or some sort of, that served that sort of food there.
Like
authentic Hispanic food, which there should dang well be something like that in Southern California.
And in DCA.
Absolutely, there needs to be something like that. And they built it around this boat ride, and you could just get immersed in that theming. I don't know, there's the monorail problem, but you might be able to obscure that a little bit. But how cool would that be to have right there? And that would fit the theme sort of going off of like Buena Vista, and you go, what is this village? And then the Coco boat ride is back there somewhere, and you've got like a nice fountain and some of the architecture, and you can go to some cool restaurant.
Yeah.
Dude, and they could do shows.
Yep.
Okay, anyways, that would be great, right? Dang it. All right.
Yep.
Anyway.
People would like that too much.
Yeah, and that's why they won't do it, Becky.
Okay, so we'll go into it real quick. We're gonna have Disneyland Resort, Disneyland Park, Rancho del Zocalo. Hello.
That is Udi's home away from home.
Exactly. When I'm there, it's like, well, where's Udi? He's not over there. Like probably Rancho.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. They're going to offer a few things currently available through November 14th. The Torta Cubana. Okay, so breaded steak, sliced ham, vanilla cheese, jalapeno, mayo, guacacito sauce. So beans, shredded lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and
on a grilled what?
On a grilled bolito. So it's basically a bun. Okay, it's basically a Cuban sandwich.
Is that what torta is?
A torta. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying it right.
Good.
A torta.
I can't say torta.
Yeah, well, you can, but you white it up a lot.
Okay.
So anyway, it's fine.
I'm messing with you.
I know.
Okay.
Torta. I know we make that joke all the time.
Do you have any of those tortas?
Yeah, exactly, and tortillas.
I can picture you ordering.
Oh.
Like, I'll have the torta cubana.
Yeah. What's that Cubana torta sandwich
The
thing?
Cuban.
Oh, my ears.
All right.
Okay. Anyway. Okay. So wait. Okay. So that's going to be that's Rancho del Zocalo. That's where that is going to be. Okay.
Is that something you would consider getting? No, not over there.
No, not really. I mean,
It
looks
in
good,
the picture.
and I like that they're offering something like that. It's cool. But no, it's not. Yeah. No,
Okay.
Not me. But honestly, if somebody said I want one, I'd be like, yeah, I get that. Okay. So award wieners currently available. Again, this one's going to be through November 14th. The Torta de Milanesa. So it's basically grilled ham, beef Milanesa, grilled ham, cheese, lettuce, tomato, pickled onions, jalapenos, avocado spread on a, what is that, a Deletta roll, served with cuties, mandarin orange, blah, blah, blah.
And fries, whatever.
Yeah. Basically another torta. That's fine. I mean, if you're into them, that's fine. They're good. Believe it or not, when I was up in Oakland this week, we went to a little side, basically a side, like an outdoor taqueria type of place.
I do not believe it.
Okay, well, you should believe it.
Okay.
It's literally on the street. You have no idea, like, why am I walking down the street kind of thing? Like, am I packing? And then no, I'm not even kidding. And then you get to a point where, like, what's this fence? I'm like, oh, and then you turn in, and it's a taqueria that's legit. And they have these massive tortas. Anyway, it's just funny. That's why it just reminded me that. I'm like, that's funny. Okay, so the next thing they're going to have there is the stuffed pan dulce. Cream-filled pan dulce with macerated berries. Okay, so pan dulce, sweetbread. Okay. Anybody familiar with Mexican breads or sweetbreads or conchas and things like that? That's where we're at with this. It's basically going to have berries and stuff in it. That I may be interested in, but it's really sweet. It looks like it's going to be a pain to eat and messy.
It's going to be messy.
Kind of like a strawberry shortcake.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like it's probably that kind of take on it, but the pan,
sweeter.
yeah. I mean, I don't know when the last time you've had any pan dulce or any conchas. I don't know. I had,
Oh yeah, I just had one before the show. Udi.
I had one on Friday.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, okay, I had some on Friday.
Is it like a jelly roll or something?
No.
Like a stuffed donut or something?
No.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea what this is.
Okay,
I
no.
don't think I've ever had any, but I've had, my sister-in-law is Portuguese, and so there's a lot of times, like at holidays, we have like Portuguese sweetbreads.
Yeah, they again, it's hard to describe unless you've had it.
Okay.
I feel like, next time I go and we're gonna record, if I would have thought about it, I would have brought some conchas here for you, Mark, so you can try them.
Well, next time.
Yeah, next time. Well, I don't know when the
Yeah.
next time I'm going to be up in that general vicinity. It'll
Okay.
probably be this week. But anyway, so that, like, again, That looks good, but I feel like it's going to be a mess to eat. Yeah. Anyway, so moving on. I've had one of these, and these are really good. The Hollywood Lounge. All these are going to be available through November 14th, by the way.
Yeah.
The Chile Relleno Burrito. Now, rice, beans, pico de gallo, chile relleno, salsa roja, and crema, wrapped in a flour tortilla, and served with tortilla chips and salsa roja. Okay.
Yeah.
For everybody who doesn't know what a chile relleno is, everybody here on the show knows what a chile relleno is.
I've heard of it.
You've never had one?
Mm-mm.
Mark.
I've never had that or locomoco. I know it is too.
I know the look. Don't get me
Chili
going,
relleno. Well, is it spicy? The chili relleno?
No, it's a chili.
I hate it already.
Poblano chili that they will stuff with cheese.
Okay.
And then they egg batter.
Okay.
Fry.
Is the pepper they star?
Yeah, it's like
Is it spicy, the pepper?
It's not a spicy one.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Like,
I will try that then.
Yeah. No, totally non. I mean, you can get spicy ones, but no, most of them they're not. They're pretty basic, so you don't die.
Oh yeah, okay.
So rice, beans, pico de gallo, all good. I actually have had a version of this at another restaurant, which is one of my favorites. Here, there's one in Lincoln, there's one in Roseville, there's one up in Chico.
Casaromas.
Casaromas, okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Casaromas. They have a version of this.
Okay.
But it's that with chorizo in a burrito.
Oh, okay.
It's amazingly good.
Oh, they put that in a burrito?
Yes, they put a chile relleno, and then they put chorizo on top of it. Oh,
really?
so good. Anyway.
Okay.
100% this one I'm down for. 120% I'm down for this.
Okay.
And I would recommend anybody who likes chile rellenos to give this a shot.
So you could conceivably go to Smoke Jumpers Grill, get your Jack and Coke, have this ordered, walk over there and grab that.
Yep.
Would that be a good meal for you?
I'd be way more than happy with that. Okay, Lamplight. Moving on to Lamplight. Lamplight Lounge will have a new IPA. Don't care.
You don't care.
Enough with the IPAs, people. They're not that cool, okay? They're not that cool. And then Studio Catering is going to have the same thing, the Chile Relleno Burrito.
Yep. Okay.
And I'm mad that they don't have a photo.
What do you think that is right there in the corner?
That's the Dulce.
That's what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow. That thing looks great.
I think it looks good, yeah.
No, it looks really good, but like I said, I think it's just going to be a mess to eat.
What do you think that thing is
Definitely
next to
need
it?
a plate.
This is the torta.
Oh, that's the torta.
That's the torta.
Okay.
You notice how I said it like I'm spitting the torta?
The torta.
The torta.
The torta.
Yes.
Okay, the torta.
Yeah, and that's a torta right there.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, I mean, this is, I feel represented. Thank you.
Great.
The chili relleno burrito, all over that all day long. The pan dulce, yeah, very good. The rest of it,
Take or leave it.
yeah. I mean, whatever.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad they're doing this, and maybe some of these will stick around for a while too.
I hope.
You know.
I hope. Like that burrito. I mean, they need to. But I will say that a chile relleno for some people might be a little labor intensive because of what you have to do. You have to basically cook the pepper.
Yeah.
Then open it. Take the seeds out, put the thing in, then batter it, and then fry it, and then go through it. So,
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, it can be done. I've watched chile rellenos done on a near industrial level, and it can be done where they're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up the news today, and we don't really have a feature presentation. So, So this is a getaway week for me. I'm going to the parks Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if there's anything you guys want me to see or try or do, either of you two, nothing. Okay.
I want to know what you're looking forward to the most.
Well, the very first thing is, of course, spending time with my daughters. That's the very, very first thing I'm looking forward to and then watching them get excited about all the stuff. They already have their list generated, have written down of what they want to try and all these Halloween type snacks and things like that. So I'm basically looking forward to connecting with them and doing that. I'm looking forward to getting away from my life for a few days, and just not caring about stuff because I've been dealing with a lot of stress. I'm doing that. But on the flip side, above that, so I know Jungle Cruise is closed. I know Disneyland Railroad is not operational. I know that the Disneyland Railroad Main Street Station is under scrims right now, which that part bothers me more than anything, honestly. But I am looking forward to looking at the decorations in both parks. I'm looking forward to trying new foods. I'm probably going to do a couple of things that I don't normally do. I'm going to try the canoe since they're open. Do it. I asked the girls if they want to do Dumbo or Finding Nemo, and they both said, we had to pick one thing. And then they picked Finding Nemo. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm just being funny with them. We're not going to do whatever. But just not really having any sort of script. We have a few reservations already booked for some places for eating, so we're looking forward to that.
Do you want to share?
Oh, I do. So Wednesday we have nothing booked, which is fine. Thursday morning we've got breakfast at Riverbell Terrace, which I've never had breakfast in the park. So we're going to do that. And then that evening we've got reservations for Carnation Cafe. Friday we have reservations at the Magic Key Terrace in DCA at like 4:30. But I've been there with Wendy, and it's not a whole lot of much of anything. It's just overpriced drinks and very minimal bar food. So I told the girls, if we want to just go up there and grab a drink, maybe we can, but we don't have to. I can cancel the reservation, but it's just because it's not a whole lot of good food. And then Friday we've got reservations at Central Co with Jay. Dinner, I think that night we're going to try to go in the Plaza Inn. Earl loves the chicken, and I can get a salad, and Annika will get her corn dogs right outside at the Red Wagon. That's kind of how we operate there. And then we're going to try to do what Shelly recommended for Laplight Lounge is, hey, can we get a table for 3? Oh no, we're booked. Oh, can we sit at the bar? And then try to sit at the bar and maybe try the nachos or something like that. So we've got 3 reservations, but then the other 3 we're going to try to sneak in. And then Saturday, we don't leave Anaheim, and our flight's at 5:30, 5:50 or something like that. So we have most of the day to hang out there, at least until 3:30 or so. So I think we're going to try to go to Hearthstone Lounge at the Grand Californian maybe. I'm going to push for that because I've never been there. But yeah, so those are the reservations we had. I let the girls pick, each get to pick one place you can make a reservation, and that's what they came up with. So breakfast in the park. I know you've done it, Becky, because you've been at the Plaza Inn. Mm-hmm. Have you done breakfast in the park, Udi?
No. Not that I can think of.
Well,
we outside the park, yeah, but no.
We've had breakfast at Disneyland Hotel.
Yeah.
Yes, but never inside the park. I've never done that. So
on property, yeah.
Yeah, but never inside the park. So we're doing that. I'm looking forward to that.
I've heard that the Riverbell breakfast is good.
Yeah, I mean...
So I can't wait to hear about that.
Yeah, it looks like they've got the standard breakfast stuff, pancakes, eggs, whatever, bacon, and whatever. But I think you can order lunch if you wanted to as well. But
oh, nice.
But I'm probably going to stick with it and get some sort of breakfast thing and a cup of the coffee, because I love the Joffrey's French press coffee there. It's super good. And I'll ask if I can get one to go. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Any attractions? Well, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is now part of our set list that we go on. So I asked if we are going to go on that, and they said, "Oh, absolutely." And is that part of your routine now, Becky? Do you think?
You know what? This last time we didn't, but I do enjoy that one a lot. So it would be. It just was a little bit hard to wait in line with the girls.
Oh yeah.
At the times that we could, but I definitely think it's a must-do.
Oh yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. For all ages as well.
Yeah, it is, and I'm curious. And in the spring, if Foodie goes in December, which I do hope he does, hopefully you go on that attraction. If we don't, we'll go on it in the spring when we go. Mm-hmm. But again, I really am just excited about going with my girls. I mean, I had lunch with Annika on Thursday, and she goes, "Oh, we're having lunch." She goes, "So have you picked out your fits yet for the trip?" I go, No, I don't have my fits picked out. I'm a what dude has their fits picked out. I mean, I go on. I'm gonna wear shorts and a t-shirt. I might bring a sweatshirt or something.
I have my fits.
Do you? I would not. I wouldn't. I would be shocked if you had your fits. Well, your fits are the same thing every day, anyways.
No, but you. See.
Is it like a flannel with Mickey Mouse embroidered?
No.
Oh.
No, it will depend when I'm going, but yeah, I have my fits picked out.
So if you were going to go Wednesday through Friday this week, you would already have stuff planned?
Mm-hmm. Well, no. When I'm getting ready to pack, I'll figure it out. I don't pick ahead.
That's what I'm talking about. When I'm packing, I will. But I'm like, but you must have your stuff picked out. Like if you're going to go, right, Becky?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'd be lying if I said anything different. Yeah, I'd probably have it picked out like before the trip's planned.
Okay.
Well,
especially for my kids. But I mean, now they have like 20 Disney dresses as it is, and like, you know.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Everything. Yeah, but yeah, I need a good outfit.
I'm checking the weather real quick. I think it's gonna be 83, 80, and 78 and 76. So I think that could be some nice cooler evenings. Hopefully. So
I've got
I mean, I think
jeans,
when I pack on Tuesday, I'll come up with some stuff. But
yeah, I already formulated my fit out for them.
Okay. No, anyways, the point I'm trying to make is they're super excited about what they're going to wear and all this other stuff.
Yeah, that's so fun. It's so good. It's like really nice as a parent too to see how excited they are even at that age.
Oh.
To go with you. I love that.
Oh,
I hope that someday my kids are like that.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to tell that to them, that how grateful I am that they want to do this stuff with me still, because at this age, you know, they want to be with whatever their other friends and stuff. But
yeah,
I think I'm a pretty cool dad. I can do stuff like that.
You are.
Oh, thank you. There's nothing attraction. Well, again, I'm also looking forward to see what Bayou Country is like and all that theming there. I'll take some pictures for you guys. I'll probably go live or FaceTime you guys. Say, hey, look at this. This thing sucks, or whatever.
Or it's really good.
Or it's really good.
Have you eaten at Tiana's yet?
No, but I've eaten at the French Market when I was there.
Yeah, me too.
But I've not, and I'll see if the girls want to go in there and grab something. We don't really have we see how it is with us. Is we're gonna go. Hey, we're gonna go on Pirates, then we're gonna go on this. But after we get off Pirates, inevitably someone's gonna walk by with something. And that thing smells good. Where did they get that? Or what is that? What is that crazy drink? Where'd you get that? You know. And so we're gonna end up going there. There's another 45 minutes, and then next thing I know, it's like 3:00, and we haven't even done anything like constructive as far as like eating or done anything. Like, oh, what's happened? But that's part of the fun for us because we just get sidetracked. I do know that we are gonna get those apple beignets and that new mango mint julep thing. That's on the list. And then they have their own certain things that they want to try. It's mostly sweets and things like that, but you know, we'll see how it goes.
It sounds so fun.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we can go in the springtime, Udi. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Udi has something pulled up on his fancy iPad.
Ooh.
Okay. Now we're going to get to, my lane.
Udi's Soapbox, a new segment on the LTV.
No, it's not new. Okay. We talk often about what we feel needs to be corrected in the company and the parks and things like that. It's part of I think it's part of every fan's, no matter what you're into, it's part of the discussion. You know, your team, your whatever, your company, whoever. I mean, anybody who's in anything is going to have their opinion on what's going on. Now, I have been a critic of Bobby for a while now.
Bob Iger?
Bob Iger, for a while now. And I remember, again, you guys can probably go back. You'll see when Bob Iger, Bob Chapek, that we did, that was a Bob versus Bob episode where we talked the pros and cons of each and all the drama was going down. Now, I have often brought up the fact that I think Bob Iger has made a lot of bad decisions, and a lot of the things he's doing now has nothing to do with the company and the company's well-being at heart. It has more to do with his ego and his legacy rather than the legacy of the company and the legacy, more importantly, of Walt Disney. Hence why I've, on more than one occasion, said I feel like we need to remind everybody it's Disneyland, not Igerland. Anyway, on September 8th, an article came out in the New York Times, written by James B. Stewart and Brooks Barnes. Okay, now it's a fairly long article. I shared this with the LTP here, and said, "Hey, you guys need to read this article because I found it very, very interesting." And basically, what it does, and I'll give you the highlights. They do a really good job at kind of breaking down what happened with the succession and then the subsequent firing of Bob Chapek, how he came in, and what was going on there, and what the roles that both of them played. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, they don't paint the best light, really, of either of them.
No.
Okay.
No.
And to me, I think is fairly done when you read this. Okay, it's fairly critical of Bob Chapek, but of Bob Iger. But that being said, it really paints Bob Iger as, how can I put it, a petulant child. It really does. When you listen and you break down the article, it really to me highlights the problem with Disney corporate right now, and it has been for a while. And I've been keep on pointing the finger at Iger, because he's the one who's been in charge for so long, and it has created a culture there that I think is very backbiting. And not, they try to act like, oh, we're being super creative, but at the end of the day, no, it's not. It's about power and control. And it has a bunch of people who aren't doing what they need to do because they just want to maintain their influence, their power, and their control, and whatever, and their sway on what's going on in the amusement industry, entertainment, and to an extent, the political climate in this country. So,
do you believe everything to be accurate in this article?
I will say, after reading it, and from, a lot of different things, I'm going to say this is probably about 90% accurate from what I've been able to read. Because you guys know that I read a lot of this stuff, and I listen to a lot of this stuff because I want to find the cause of, like, why are we here? Why is Disneyland not as busy? Why is Orlando? Why is Florida Park not as busy? Why? I literally had a conversation on Concilium last weekend.
Oh yeah,
with two lovely ladies who live in England. They're from the UK, and their park is Paris.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And off camera and backstage, I had probably a good 15, 20, 30, there's probably like a half an hour discussion asking them about their perception of what's going on in the company and in their park. And they basically told me that Paris is in disarray. It's dilapidated. Like it's
what?
Yes. That
No
things
way.
aren't broken, things are broken, things aren't painted, paint chipping off the walls, and like no money invested in that park whatsoever. And so to me, I'm like, okay, me never being in that park, it was interesting to have their point of view. And literally I said, so what do you guys think? Why is this happening? And they both pretty much pointed the finger at, they believe this is Iger's doing too, because you can only, true, he's the head of the company, so as most things, the buck stops with him, right?
Sure.
But anyway, so let me get back into it. The article, I found a few points interesting. I'm scrolling through, quick scrolling. They break it down by section. So if you guys, I would highly recommend you guys go read it. It's a fairly long one, but you can read this. It's broken up by sections, okay?
Yeah.
The title of the article for you to look into is called "The Palace Coup at the Magic Kingdom." Okay, that is the headline. That is the title of the article. The byline to that, or the subheader is the inside story of how Bob Iger undermined and outmaneuvered Bob Chapek, his chosen successor, and returned the power in Disney. So they go through and they kind of give everybody the general overview of how Bob Chapek came into that role.
Right.
Okay. The short the short story is that Bob Iger handpicked him.
Yes.
Okay, and we've talked about this before, but a lot of the people were wondering, it was so out of what the plan was that a lot of people were caught by surprise, and they didn't understand. Wait, why Bob Iger? What, he's leaving, and Chapek is coming in, and it's happening like in 2 or 3 days. The sudden change in that was something that was not normal and out of the norm, and it had a lot of red flags. Okay.
Well, maybe I'll wait on this.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Or do you want- Well, I don't really want to ask this.
Ask.
I feel like it's a can of worms. But do you suspect that it happened so fast because possibly he was tipped off a little bit of the pandemic?
Iger. Okay.
I don't know if this is a can of worms, and we can cut this out if we need to.
No. I think okay, and let me tell you this note that we're fine. Things have come out that are public. The decision, and this is covered in this article, the decision to cut down to shut the parks down wasn't done by Bob Chapek. Okay, it wasn't done by Chapek. A lot of people, well, he was the CEO. No, this was done by Bob Iger. The decision to close Disneyland parks was done by Bob Iger. That was his call. Now, mind you, the structure and the reason why this plays is because...
Well, no, I think what she's asking was, did Iger know something was coming up?
Well,
okay,
sorry.
hold on. I'm getting there. To an extent, obviously, we don't know for sure. But there were conversations that have come out that Bob Iger had with my favorite politician on the planet, Gavin Newsom. Okay? Gavin Newsom was leaning on keeping the park open because he thought if they closed the park, then it would cause too much of a panic. And so.
But we should close the beaches and shut down small businesses. Right.
So here we go. So to me, this was more Gavin Newsom looking at his buddies like, hey, am I gonna be picking your pocket and keeping your revenue stream going down more than safety? I honestly don't think most of these people give a crap about the safety overall. Well, that's probably too heavy-handed, but I think it's not a high priority. But at least when it came to that, so it was under Bob Iger's recommendation, and it's covered in this article. They talk about this moment in time.
Yeah.
Because Bob Chapek and McCarthy, which was the CFO at the time, they said, okay, well, then we got to furlough the people. And they took the steps and going, okay, well, then we got to start doing this. And then Iger said, wait. Wait till they pass the COVID bill. And so in that one move right there, you see what he did, okay? He basically said, oh, we can keep the park open. And Gavin Newsom, just keep it open. He's like, no, we'll shut it down. And then they said, okay, well, I guess we're going to shut it down. And then he said, no, wait. So what he did in one stroke is he threw a grenade at Bob Chapek. And when Chapek said, okay, we need to handle this, he went, oh, no, wait. Don't do that yet, because then he wants to look like the good guy at one point. Like, no, you can't do that yet, guys. We got to wait for this bill. There are so many things where he did things like this that undermined Chapek all the way through. Now, mind you, Chapek did a lot of things bad. They got personal really quick, and he could handle himself way better, but he didn't. Anyway, so that's why when you bring that up, I'm like, I don't know if tipped off, but was he on the inside track about what the government knew and what they were planning on doing? Absolutely. He runs in those circles. He's had dinner with the Obamas. A lot of this stuff he was worried about, and this is covered in the article. That's why this article is so good, because they cover a lot of these aspects about Bob Iger and his mentality. And this, the other part of it is, I honestly think Bob Iger knew, and he did that to see what they were going to do. And it was very convenient for him to be able to step away, because he's like, well, hey, if the company goes down, I'm out of it already.
Right.
So he basically set it up to be like, hey, if anything goes wrong, there you go. It's not Big Bob, it's Little Bob, and it's his fault.
Well, we sort of had that feeling in real time when it was happening. We were thinking, oh, well, Chapek's being set up.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And we had many conversations.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to me that we have the I guess this is what it is when we have that ability to kind of just look at stuff and try to read between the lines a little bit and kind of go like, hey, something's weird here. We don't know what, but I have a feeling it might be more like this and this.
Right.
Because we all know there is going to be spin and corporate spin and political spin. And all that spin is put into everything. Anyway, so there's a section in here that I find interesting is the first one's called the Snake Pit. And in this section, it kind of goes into the describing the environment in the C-suite there. Now, mind you, part of the and you can't throw it necessarily all on Iger, but because the history between CEOs battling for control goes back. It goes back to Eisner. And Roy Disney there, so the company does have history of people fighting over control of the company. So that's it. Now, the one thing that I found interesting is that in this article, Iger was said to have said that he didn't want to be like there forever. You know, he didn't want to be the guy that's just there forever, and
like he kind of mocked it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But yet here we are. Okay.
Yep, here we are.
So again, it tells me a lot to me, or it tells me that either one, that was a lie back then, or somehow down the road he changed his mind and kind of went like, oh, I like what I'm getting here. I like all these things. I like making this money. I like being able to have all these famous people, all
go to fancy parties and stuff.
Yeah. And again,
I think that there's kind of this element too of you get into this and you have all of this money that is, you have more money than you really know what to do with. You've got a yacht. You are hanging out with people who are powerful, and if you leave that, it's like you don't know who you are without all of these things. I feel like it's kind of like the tell as old as time, like the root of all evil in a sense. You know, like it kind of goes to that. Like you have all of this, but yet you almost feel bad for him in a way, or at least I do, because it's like without all of that, all of these things that really don't matter in life, you don't even know who you are.
Right.
Well, you know, funny enough, there is a section, the very next section, after the Snake Pit is a section called "Is There Life After Disney?" And this,
no, there's not.
Well, apparently, Bob Iger was known to be, that was his worry, was like, what is life after Disney? And they say, as far as to say that in his license plate border, in the plate holder, it actually said, "Is there a life after Disney?" Now, to me, I guess you can take that a couple ways. Like, is it kind of saying like, "Hey, what am I going to do after?" Or this is the only thing I can do? I looking at what he's done, it makes me feel like he's the one who's like I'm never going to leave. Like there is no life after Disney. But yeah, so.
Well, and to an extent, you want somebody who's in charge of a company to not see life outside of it in the way that they're so passionate about what they're doing and they have so much love that there's nothing else. But I don't necessarily take it that way with him. Correct.
And honestly, I would have thought more that way if it wasn't him. But looking at what he's done, it taints it. Even if you want to put him in a better light with that, I think what he's done is tainted that to a huge extent. Because he's talking about his yacht. He's talking about, like, he's worried about how am I going to be, like, if I call the Obamas or Bezos, or are people going to, not return my calls anymore if I step down?
And is he going to be able to go to these 5-star restaurants?
Right, exactly. So, like,
what?
Like, he's not caring about what the legacy of the company is. He's more caring about his status. And that's the problem. So somebody who really cares about the company, these things, you're like, life after Disney for me is like, okay, so what is my life when I'm done here?
Yeah.
But to him, with that, it sounded more like, what am I going to do if I'm not here? You know what I mean? In the sense of, like, I'm going to lose all my clout. And that was his concern. That's how I took that. But lo and behold, lucky how happy was he that after he left, and I'm air quoting it, his power didn't go away because and now. Again, this is why I'm encouraging you guys to go read this. It really goes into what happened.
Yeah.
There's a point in here where there was a contention between Chapek and Iger about who was going to report to who.
Right.
Okay. When Chapek went in, he wasn't given a board seat. That's a rarity.
That is a rarity.
That's a rarity in corporate America. If you're the CEO of a company, you're going to be on that board. You know, you can argue your points and da-da-da. They didn't put him on the board. And Bob Iger, and we've talked about it before, he didn't want to leave his office. He didn't want to leave.
Right.
So what they did was like, well, okay, the arrangement was that Bob Iger was going to be the head of the creative side of the whole thing, right? And then Bob Chapek would handle the other side of anything else that's not that. Now, the structure that was built, and after arguing and discussion, was, well, who is Chapek gonna report to? They said, oh, well, you need to report to both of them. This is the CEO of the company. Why would he be reporting to a guy who's in charge of entertainment, the entertainment side?
Right.
So automatically, you're going to look at that like, I'm Chapek, I'm never walking into this deal. But this is where it sucks for Chapek because he worked for the company for 30 years, 25
Something
to 30
like
years.
that, yeah.
He'd worked with Bob Iger, and he, in my opinion, was a bit naive in thinking, oh, no, I worked with Bob. I've worked with him before. This will be fine. And there's an extent of it when you talk about it, as you read through the article, you get that feeling. I got that feeling that Bob Chapek was like, no, I'm going to be the good soldier. I'm going to keep on. I'm going to do what I need to do for the company. You may not agree with all of his moves. I know we don't, and I don't. But I think mentally, his mindset was infinitely more about the company than him. Bob Chapek is not a Hollywood guy.
No.
Wasn't a Hollywood guy. You know, I think he grew up in Indiana. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, whole different breed of person, right? But he got set up, and so without going too far, continually going through it. Let me kind of bring this down. Basically, what happens is, at every turn that he could, Iger began to undermine him in different ways.
Yes.
Began to leave him out of meetings and then say, you're not coming to meetings.
Right.
Began to say, and then, but again, Chapek didn't do any favors either because he started alienating, he started dividing up and he started retreating and alienating other board members. And so, because in the moments when he was doing like when he started dividing up how they were going to, remember we covered this, how they were going to have marketing go through before creative so they could make sure they could sell it. He created that initiative and he fought over that initiative, and that was a huge sticking point between Bob Iger and Chapek, was that initiative that he started, and he went through it, and Iger hated it, and he did everything he could do to stop him from doing that. Again, any of these moves as CEO, I don't know why Chapek didn't go, you're done, buddy. There's the door. Get out. I'm the CEO. You're not. And you can get that feeling that Chapek was getting more and more frustrated, the fact that, dude is in my way. Like, you gave me the job. Get out of my way. And Iger didn't want it. So there's even a section here where Chapek basically says, I feel like Iger's lapdog. Everything that I'm the CEO, but yet I have almost no control. Everybody goes like, what's Bob want to do? What's Iger want to do? And it just becomes a thing. So you cannot have that environment and expect the company to succeed. Yeah. So you already have, again, this is why I point things back to Iger. So without going into the minutia, that's the general gist of the story.
Okay.
And it goes into part, and like I said, that's why I said you guys read the article. It's long. Take the break. Read it section by section. Yeah. And then you guys tell me what you think.
Do you think we're in this? Is Disneyland the same way they are right now? With Iger? I mean, do you think there's a bunch of corporate turmoil with Iger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do too.
Yeah. And so the name I couldn't remember, I couldn't remember the other day, was Dana Walden, okay?
She's in charge of ABC?
Correct. She's
okay.
been in the news as of late. I'm not going to cover why because it goes in the political realm, and we don't need to do that.
We don't need to go there.
But she's in on this too.
Yeah, and she's like the leading candidate to take over.
Correct.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the general. But the thing is, this breaks down in pretty good detail about the steps that happened, the steps that Chapek made and Iger made, and really it comes out in the end that they both made mistakes. But Iger really was driven by ego, and I think Chapek was driven by fear of losing his job, and it goes into it in the article. Fear of him being fired.
He got like a nice $20 million payout.
He did,
yeah,
and he's fine. But the thing is like, but his reputation has been shredded because how many people now, without knowing what happened, hate Chapek? And I'll go back to it. He was the devil we needed at the time.
Yeah,
I honestly think if they would have left him alone and not fired him, I think coming up next year would have been next year would have been the end of his contract, and I bet you they would have. I honestly think the company would be in a much better place than it is right now. And yeah, it would have been annoying a little bit because he's penny pincher and he had a lot of things that he did that I didn't like. But at the end of the day, the company needs that. But anyway, so at the end of the day, Bob Iger is the source of a lot of these problems. Bob Iger did a lot to act like a petulant child and get mad because he, like, you know, it's like that kid when you're told, well, you got to share your toy, and they reluctantly do it, but in the back of their mind, they're just looking at the kid with the toy going, I can't wait to get that back. And this is what this guy did. But Chapek could have done things a lot better too. So while this is just a crap situation, an absolute garbage situation, the main proponent, the main person who drove all this was Iger.
Yeah, and he's still the one pulling the strings.
And he still is, and he will refuse to leave. So please go read the article.
Yeah.
Please go read the article. It covers so much detail, and that I would literally spend probably about 4 hours breaking down segment by segment, and none of you guys want to listen to that. So, so it's an important article to read.
Yep. It'll
explain a lot of why the situations that are going on in Disney and Disney corporate, and why it's for anybody who says, well, why do I want to care about this? Because if you care about the park, these are the things that affect the park.
Yeah.
So, and it affects the engine of the Disney company.
Yep.
So
anyways.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So in a big company like this, how come they just pick a successor, so to speak? They don't do like an interview process.
So this is also covered in the article. The process is that Chapek was told to begin going and scheduling interviews with the board, with individual board of directors, so that he can start getting, that interview process going.
Yeah.
Bob Iger was the one who nixed that and just said, no, you're going to be pushed in. And he basically pushed the board to allow it. So yeah, standard procedure would be, you have to go and get an interview, and you have to get everybody sign off. So yeah, it makes you wonder, why did Bob Iger do this?
And there's even a part at the beginning of the article where they talked about Iger just showing up at Chapek's office and was like, what do you think about Jay Rasulo taking over?
Yeah.
Or one other person?
Yeah.
And
Stags.
I found that part interesting too.
Yeah.
It felt very manipulative.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's always that.
Mm-hmm.
Like from the beginning. I don't know. It felt gross to me.
Yeah.
Just like icky, like manipulative, grooming type situations.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
That's what it felt like to me.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Mark, what do you think? I mean, you read it too.
I did read it too, and it's. I mean, this kind of stuff happens in every company, I think.
It does.
But Disney seems to be a lot more public facing. I mean, they cover a lot of spectrum. I don't like the Walden lady whatsoever. I'm not going to get into that jag right now, but it paints the picture of Iger being, like a megalomaniac, and not wanting to give up his power for anything. And like I said, if I was Chapek, I would have said, this guy's got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely, he's got to go. He's disrupting the flow of the company, and I mean, they at the end of the day, they answer to shareholders, and I think they're still suffering the fact that what are they now, like $90 a share or something like that? But in the end, though, I still think that us end up suffering. We're not getting the best parks presented to us, and we are getting half-baked parks. Like I'm going to check out this week when you've got, most of the West Side shut down or under scaffolding, and why aren't these staggered? Why wasn't this stuff done during COVID? Those are questions I still have.
Not to mention, even doing all of this right now, I mean, why wasn't it done during COVID? Why is it as we're going into like the busiest time of the year at the parks? Yeah. Like, why?
Mm-hmm. Right. Those are questions that I would have if I was part of TDA. I'd be like, why are we doing this now? And sure, they have all these plans and talking about stuff, but I don't know when shovel's going to hit the ground on all these projects. I mean,
a lot of it is not ready. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be ready.
No.
That part's frustrating.
Mm-hmm. Again, So go ahead, Mark.
I mean, their movie side of things has been bad lately.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to get a break from Marvel. I think they're going to start putting out some good content. Mm-hmm. Nothing from Star Wars. Nope. It has even, as I use this phrase a lot, moved the needle. Nothing from Star Wars has moved the needle for me, and that's ridiculous. But I really focus about the parks. I mean, yeah, great. We're going to do this and this and this, but I'm not seeing it, and I don't know why they invested in 4 more cruise ships or whatever they got, or 3 more. Those are incredibly expensive. Mm-hmm. One of those cruise ships alone would have paid for Tomorrowland. Yeah, probably. I don't know what's going on with them and where their direction is. And I do blame a lot of this to Iger. And I can just tell you right now, if Dana Walden ends up becoming CEO, we're in trouble. We are in trouble on all the fronts. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm kind of worried about. Yeah. Yep. Anyways. Well, I'm looking forward to being in the park this week.
Again, we still go back to it. We still want to go.
Yeah. We still want to go. So,
we do. Yeah. And we do care about it. We're not saying it in a way in which we don't care or want to be done with it. We want to see it succeed. I mean, I want Disneyland to be a place that my great grandkids go to.
Oh, great grandkids. Okay.
Like, I don't know, they can like think of me, or somebody could tell, I don't know, just pass on, not even about me, but just you can pass on these memories and the family time that they can share. I want like generations to be able to experience that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want it going away. I wish it could be more affordable. A little bit, for people right now, but
yeah, they're getting close to that tipping point for people.
Oh, I already think they're past it. But
they are.
But again, this goes back to, this is why we talk about this stuff, because all these things make the park experience what it is right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And when you continually have to subsidize failing segments of the company because of poor decision making, you're going to get affected. And that's why we bring this up, because you guys need to know. Mm-hmm. You guys need to know why. Well, here part of the answers. Obviously, we're not going to get all of them, but here's a good chunk, in my opinion, a good pointer, a good indicator. Like, this is probably why a lot of it is going on. Mm-hmm. Ego. Yeah.
Okay.
And Mark, you mentioned the cruise ship, which it seems like they have so many. Yeah. But something that I have like noticed or have felt with the cruise ships, even though I have not gone on one, just interacting with people who have gone on one, I almost feel like in a way they are holding on to some of the magic.
Oh,
I've heard of that. I've heard that. Yeah.
Other parks. Yeah, like I feel like it's almost I don't want to say bringing back, but it's holding on to like that old magic part where you go in, you have, it's like all inclusive. you have the character interactions, nothing's broken down, you have magical shows. I don't know. So there is something, an aspect that I really like about that, kind of holding on to that of it while it feels like everything else is in disarray.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. And I mean, you're right. They are holding on to the magic and creating new magic too. It's like they're getting these haunted mansion restaurants and lounges in Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, why don't we have that? Yeah.
Yes, and now, however, that is my other thing. Like, how come we can't put some of that money into Tomorrowland, or how come we can't do that into making a new restaurant?
Right. And I can guarantee you, Becky, that there's a lot of Imagineers in Anaheim having these conversations amongst themselves at lunch or after work. What the hell are we doing? Mm-hmm. Why aren't we doing this and this and this? It's like, we're like throttled here. Let's get going. And that happens in a lot of companies too.
It's not unique to Disney.
No, that happens a lot. I mean,
no.
Well, and what I think a good takeaway from this is understanding that, and this is for the people who are pixie dusters. Realize that by you pixie dusting, you're not really going to get what you guys want. Okay, realize that when Disney talks to you, Disney corporate, they talk to you, they're talking in how can I put it? Not lying, but they're very good at how they say what they're saying.
They're disingenuous, maybe?
They're maybe a bit disingenuous, or a bit of like they're more worried about conning and or being confident.
Yeah.
And con man is a confident man, confidence man, in that sense of that they're going to say, hey. So that's why I said I found it very interesting going back to Josh tomorrow about the shovel's ready. We all knew that was crap.
Sure.
And this is another thing is like people need to understand that Disney corporate is not on the up and up on this stuff. They're not. And it affects our park experience and it affects everything we do. So anyway, just be more discerning, because a lot of the things that we've talked about, as now we're coming down the line, we're finding out that we were right. And it isn't because we're like these incredibly whatever clairvoyant people or anything. It's just because we're reading and going like, hey, I'm not going to just take this as face value. I'm going to say, how realistic is this? So nothing wrong with being excited and happy that they're going to do this project and that project and they have this that they want to do. We're all excited for that too. We're also very realistic in the fact that Disney isn't probably going to deliver on a lot of that. And it's bad. And these are the reasons why we're not getting these things. These are all parts of the puzzle.
Yep.
And on that happy note,
yeah,
we still love Disney.
We still love Disney, and
we still want to go, and we still want it to be better.
Yes, and I am curious to see. Well, I know I'm gonna get my. I already know how it's gonna be because we're leaving on Saturday. Have to come home, and I'm gonna be pissed about leaving.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how that's gonna feel, but I'm curious to see next year, Udi, when we get to go, how you're gonna change again and go. Fuck, this place is crazy good.
Oh no, I will.
And you're gonna get pissed again about leaving, and then pissed off. Well, it should have been this and this and this. Mm-hmm. But anyways, that's part of the fun, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Here at the LTP, we know that you're always looking to plan your next Disneyland getaway. That's why our good friends at the Eden Rock Hotel are now offering a discount code to our listeners to offer you 30% off your next stay. That's right, 30%. It's huge savings. Go on to their website at EdenRockAnaheim.com, enter the code EdenMagic, that's EdenMagic, for 30% off your next stay.
Okay, so let's wrap up episode number 205. Sorry Jess couldn't make it today. She had to work early. Normally she works at 1 or so on Sundays, but I guess she had to go in early. But next time we'll happen to have her on. We will have her on. Next, and then we'll do a trip report for 206, and maybe Jay will come on as well.
I hope.
I'll talk to him. I'll ask him if he wants to come on. No, he does want to come on, and then we have some other guests lined up as well. So yeah, 206 is going to be a trip report. Hopefully Jay will come on. So, Becky, where can people find more information about you?
You can find me on Instagram at Becky_Weimer, BECKY_WEIMER.
Okay, and do hit her up for some stuff, some questions and information. And you say people do reach out to you sometimes, Becky?
Yeah, I've had people reach out.
Oh,
I enjoy it.
nice.
I enjoy talking. I enjoy hearing about your Disney trips, or if you, I don't know, are planning a trip and have a question, feel free to reach out.
Yes. We hope to get that going as well. Some advice. Don't go. No, that's not the advice.
Yeah. Save your money.
Yeah, save your money.
Go on a cruise.
Yeah. There you go. Going on a Disney cruise. Udi, where can people find out more about you and for some more extended witty banter?
You can find me on my other show, The Mando Show. We are on pause again because we have nothing to talk about.
Great.
Thanks, Lucasfilm. And then you can find me on my socials, which are mainly it's IG, it's Instagram. It's HAXGOALIE. I am on Twixer sparingly, but I'm there too. So if you want to reach out to me there, you can. You guys know I answer my DMs, all you who DM me.
Yeah.
I get those all the time.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep.
If you want to reach out to us, you can on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. Also, you can send us a DM there, or you can send us an email at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com. If you'd like to be a part of the show, to help support the show, you can go to our website and click on the Patreon logo. I'm going to update that site soon with some new stuff. And yeah, we have a Patreon logo. You can help support the show. We make it pretty simple there. For sure. That would help us out a lot. And like I said, if you guys or folks who want to come on the show and talk about something, please let us know. We will have you on the show. We've got a few guests coming up that I'm excited to talk about. And yeah. All right, that's going to wrap everything up. Thank you so much for spending the time with us. It means a lot. If you can, leave us a review on one of your favorite platforms. That'll help the algorithm. Okay, until next time, we love you. Adventures out there, and we'll see you in the parks.
Bye.
See ya.
I like cake for the three of us.
I know. Jessica Aurora Farfan.
No.
What are you doing?
Definitely not. Nope.
Let me see it.
Nope.
Let me see it.
You know, if I take it off, it locks and no one can touch it.
That's fine. I'm not gonna. You don't have to take it off.
Oh my God. But you
Yeah.
make me hot. It's so close, I can feel it.
No, I will give you one.
You have to give me two.
Nope.
One from the back. I'll show you my monkeys.
Your what?
My monkeys. Okay, let's get this
Okay.
going.
Okay, I'm nervous because now I'm going to mess it up.
This is the best part.
He picked a bad week to not drink.
Snack break. I feel like Udi's gonna lose it with the news.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face red.